I'm going to tell every adult I see, because I know well enough and you know well enough that you can't treat another person like that and get away with it. That's what I should have said to my dad, and that's what we should say to our government. That is how the personal and the political exist. And I don't know if that's true for everybody else, but I can feel it in my life. And maybe my family situation was such that my karmic lessons and experiences led me to these conclusions to help figure out what we need to do in order to heal the planet and stop the madness that is happening, to stop the violence, to stop the neglect, to realize and share that it's not just the bad father, but also the mother. It's not just the yang, it's the yin too. What I just described with my father and what we need to say to our government is the father. It's the bully. It's the yang. But the yin is the victim. It's the receiver of the punishment, of the abuse. It's the yin. It's the shadow. It's Africa. It's the Arab countries. People who have been victimized in a way people who have been victimized by their government because their government was neglectful. The people, and this is what you have to keep in mind, America, the CIA, or whoever strikes up deals that sells weapons to countries in Africa or wherever, they are elected or brought into power or bought into power or whatever. They are of the people, though. They're not just like they take a African American in America and train them to be an actor that acts like a, government leader in an African country. That's not how it happens. They influence natives of these countries, people who are in power for whatever reason. And definitely giving them the credit or giving them the understanding that in a lot of cases when they don't give in, they get killed. So it's understandable why they would sort of sell out their people, because they know that what the alternative was to that one guy that didn't do that. Fear, comes up in a human being and will cause them to not be courageous and stand up. But, a lot of times that is what happens in families. You have the abusive father, and I know these can be different. I'm just using a mother-father thing here because it's the most symbolic of yin and yang. But I do 100% recognize that a mother can play the role of bully and a father can play the role of victim. So I do acknowledge that if that's your experience. But in this case, acknowledging that if the people are the children, and that's why power to the people is like power to the children, because the people are awake and in touch with their inner child. They understand that we've all been abused. They understand that we've all been used. They understand that this cannot be and that there's a better way. Those, the people know. Power to the people. People know. But it's courage that's needed. The courage to stand up as an individual and say, I know what is right. Even when mom and dad won't.
Let's cut out the melodrama so we can wake up the whole wide world. Let's make up and start all over and awaken the boys and the girls.